So we leave the car park, we go past the toilet block, which is new. Never had the toilet block there before, so that's good. You may be able to hear some geese flying about.
The history of Mere Sandswood. In the Middle Ages, the land of what is now Mere Sandswood was under the waters of Martin Mere, the largest lake in England, 4 miles long and 2 miles wide. In 1695, the local landowners agreed to drain the mere to create the farmland that surrounds the reserve today. However, over the next 250 years, the land still frequently flooded and there were many more unsuccessful attempts to keep it dry all year round. Only with the opening of the new pumping station on the coast at Crossens in 1961 was the area reliably drained.
Green roof at Mere Sandswood. So I think what that's telling us about is some of the hides have got like a natural grass roof to the hides, so they blend in, and it ends up being like a small wildflower meadow on the roof.
So yeah, you are right, James, it is about a green roof, and it's saying this hide has a green roof installed in 2012 by volunteers with funding provided by the Lancashire Environmental Fund. And it goes on to describe the roof. It says a green or living roof is one which is wholly or partly covered in vegetation on top of the man-made structure. On this roof we replaced the original roofing felt with a waterproof and root-proof layer, then added a protective matting on which we put a substrate of lightweight crushed brick. We spread seed from flower species which will survive in the conditions on a roof, with very little soil and few nutrients in a windy and dry habitat. It goes on to say that green roofs have many benefits for wildlife and people. By replacing the green space lost when a building is erected, they help conserve biodiversity. They are especially good for invertebrates as they provide a dry habitat which warms up quickly in the sun. At Mere Sandswood, we wanted to create more open areas within the woodland to encourage flowering plants and insects. Mere Sandswood was planted sometime between 1818 and 1845. It was much smaller than it is today. What is now the eastern half of the wood was fields. The 1845 map shows the field layout at a nursery garden on what is now woodland. The line of oaks alongside the ditch by Mere End Lake marks the run of one of the old hedges. In the 1800s, game shooting became a popular pastime and Mere Sandswood was planted with oak trees and rhododendron bushes as a covert or shelter for game birds. It was known locally as Yen's Wood after the head gamekeeper Yen Corns. In 1920, Mere Sandswood was sold in a package with Rufford New Hall, which became a hospital. The oak trees were felled and a fire destroyed most of the remaining wood. Birch trees and rhododendron colonised the bare ground, and in the 1930s the pine plantation was created. By the 1960s, Mere Sands Wood was a single dense woodland. In 1958, Mere Sands Wood was sold to a sand extraction company. The wood sits on a bed of very fine Sherdley Hill sand, which is used in the glass making industry. Sand from here was taken to Pilkington's glassworks in St Helens. It was the process of sand extraction that created the lakes. A condition of the planning permission for the sand extraction was that when the extraction had finished, the land would become a nature reserve. Members of the Lancashire Trust for Nature Conservation worked with the sand extraction company to shape what would become the reserve it is today. In 1982, the land was sold for a nominal sum to Lancashire Wildlife Trust, which manages the reserve as a mix of woodland, meadow, heath and lakes.